Never seen snow before, huh? It actually sounded like you said no there. Alright, let's get your reaction. Come on, fella. I know. He's like, hey, right there, that doorknob. I know that's what the doorknob does. Alright, see what you do. What do you think? Oh, he's gonna run through it. Okay then. Well, he's taking right to it, isn't he? Well, hello everyone. It is currently right at 10 o'clock in the morning on Monday, July the 10th, 2022. And I am stopping because there's some kind of work ahead of me here. This road never has this kind. Oh, it's an emergency. But it's completely blocked. Okay, I had to reverse back over to here. I'm guessing it's because of this ice right here. Somebody has flown off the road. Didn't realize that it hadn't melted yet. Anyway, what I was going to say is that after days of snowfall and heavy rain and freezing temperatures, this Monday morning is nice enough that I want to get out and go do something, and so I'm going to go get some honey. I'm going to a honey farm to get some honey. I don't know if this is going to be interesting enough to make a video about, but what the heck, I'm going to make an intro anyway and take a chance on it. It is a pretty drive. Well, this is the place. Strange Honey, it says right there. Strange Honey Farm. It appears to be a well-maintained, long, metal warehouse-looking building. And front area, here's the parking area up front. Somebody has a hobby restoring old classic cars. Oh, customer parking. That would be me. Let's see what they got. There's some... Yeah, just like I thought. Nothing real elaborate, just a small office storefront there. Ended up getting a half-gallon, which was lucky because they're having a hard time getting the half-gallon containers. Supply chain problems. We're going to try to salvage this day, this nice, pretty day, like I said, after all the bad weather. Let's see if we can find some thrift stores to do some hopping through. I'm in North Carolina now, just passed through Hot Springs on a mountain pass and saw this little place to pull over and just enjoy the view down into this valley. This is actually not one of the better views. Now, because I was out of any kind of cell range at the honey place, I used this old Garmin to try to find the nearest thrift shop, and somehow I wound up out here in Waynesville, North Carolina, a little bit further away than I had anticipated. And the place it's directed me to is this place right here called Del Rey's Consignment Shop, among a few other places around here, around Waynesville. So let's get started and see what they got in here. It looks like it's mostly furniture, but there is this one shelf. There's always some DVDs. Well, it only took me about 5 minutes, but I found a few. Now, as used thrift store DVDs go, these were a little on the high side at $2 a piece, but I believe the ones that I found are totally worth it. Starting with this one right here, the first one's actually sealed, still has the safety seal on it and everything, and it's just called Millennium. And the thing that really caught my eye was this picture on the back of this rusted steel robot. It looks like an old-fashioned practical effect that I really like to see, as does this really neat looking sci-fi costume this lady's wearing right here. Now, the synopsis reads, time travel, the fate of air disaster victims, and the future of mankind provide the thrilling ingredients for millennium. And this, on the edge of your seat, what a run-of-the-mill phrase that one is, on the edge of your seat. Whoever wrote this right here did not know how to hook people in with the back of the DVD. But on a positive note, it was made, well, the copyright date, I don't know if that's exactly when it was made, but this DVD copyright date is 1989. So this just screams hearts. It screams there was people that made this that were really trying to make something good. Looks like they were trying to go for that dark dystopian Blade Runner kind of feel with a low budget, and just did the best they could with what they had. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then we got Rodney Dangerfield meets Willie Sparks. I'm not normally a fan of Rodney Dangerfield, but when I looked this one up on eBay, it's typically going for $10, even already open and used. And reading the synopsis on the back, it's just, he's like a shock jock that most of the public really likes, but the FCC wants to shut him down because he's a little too crude. And then all of his fans rallying behind him and trying to save his show, and all the drama that goes on around that. We'll see. We'll see. It might be good. And then, of all the vacation series, a National Lampoon Vacation series with Chevy Chase, a lot of people know, of course, A Christmas Vacation, and I think there's the European Vacation. This is kind of the black sheep of those movies, the one that not a whole lot of people talk about, Vegas Vacation. I've seen part of it when it was on TV. I caught like the last 30 minutes of it. Always kind of wanted to see the whole thing, so there's that. Okay, and then this is the find of the day. The find of the day, Batman by Gaslight, and Gotham by Gaslight, excuse me. I've seen the trailer for this on some other DC animated movies, and it looked really cool. It's kind of a Victorian setting for the Batman story. I think there's some steampunk flavor and flair in there as well. On the back, you've got a dirigible that's blowing up with people fighting on top of it. Yeah, just like the Rocketeer. Yeah, we haven't seen that before, right? It could be good, and that is definitely one of my favorite settings for movies. And so, yeah, looking forward to seeing that one. It's in the Batman collection now. All right, let's go on to the next one. So now we're going into Haywood Ministries here. Let's see that one.
So no matter where you are in the journey, you can pursue your dream through the fast, flexible format of South College Online. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you change the world. Learn more about your opportunities with a career in nursing.
Well, I was disappointed. When I see a ministry store this big, that usually gets my hopes up, but it was crowded, and the selection was poor, and that game section was really picked through. The DVD section wasn't much better. I actually saw near the top shelf a copy of The Secret. That's usually not a good sign when you see a copy of The Secret. And anyway, the prices, though, the prices were very reasonable. I ended up spending only $3 in there. First thing I got was this rare DVD of a short-lived, made-for-adult audiences cartoon from the, I think it was the Fox Network. Now, when I say made-for-adult audiences, I mean in the sense of like South Park or Family Guy or The Simpsons, that kind of made-for-adult audiences. This is God, the Devil, and Bob, and it's very incomplete. It's only episodes 8 through 13, so I think this is the first season, disc 2. But it's rare to find any DVDs at all of this, like I said, very short-lived cartoon that I actually kind of liked, even though I'm Christian and I really feel like their portrayals of these God and the devil were very off. God is kind of this relaxed beach bum, and the devil is very affable, and he just kind of gives God this kind of gentleman's bet that somebody that is very average. Then when he mentions Bob, God's just like, not my best work, but I believe in Bob. I think he'll come through and he'll do the right thing. And then they have kind of this gentleman rivalry over this guy, Bob, here throughout the series. And it's not really as sacrilegious as you might think. It teaches some good lessons. And yeah, there you go. I'm going to be able to see a few more episodes of it. So anyway, I also got this one right here. This is a book of Norman Rockwell paintings. This is a hard book to find. I've actually kind of had my eye out for it, and it was sitting right out there on top of the shelf. I bought it for $2. If you don't know, Norman Rockwell is known by many as America's favorite illustrator. He did the cover of the Saturday Evening Post for decades, and his artwork was exaggerated, and it put the character, exactly what each person in the painting was feeling and thinking at the time, right on their face and in their posture. It was so expressive. And this artwork was in the Saturday Evening Post, or right on the cover of it, for decades throughout Depression and war. And it provided some sense of levity and consistency to those tumultuous times. And just such beautiful, beautiful paintings. And of course, I'm going to want a book of Norman Rockwell to put on the shelf and add to, you know, that inspiration that I might need if I ever get to a point where I'm trying to draw and I have an art block and I need some inspiration. Because I think of Norman Rockwell as being a caricature artist. So, I mean, just look at these faces. The exaggeration is there, even though it is very subtle. There is an exaggeration there. And it's really nice. I love it. So, I was happy to find that. So, what do you know? Haywood Ministries, you came through a little bit. But, alright. I think it's about time we start heading back to Greeneville now. Looks like the town hall there. It's got a little memorial statue in front of it. I'll say this is a very pretty little town. Little mountain town out here. Waynesville, North Carolina. Oh, were you lonely? Were you lonely, Dashel? Yeah, no. No, I'm sorry. I was gone for a long time, wasn't I? There's our sunset again. Hi, buddy. Chop time. Oh yeah. Making some bachelor chow tonight. Disappointing. This has been a disappointing day, a disappointing vlog. I am sorry, you guys, and I need to make it up to you. So here at the end of the vlog, I'm gonna do a couple of things. First off, I'm finally going to open up and try a jar of these pickled eggs that I made on an episode back in December, was this? Yeah, December of 2020. So you guys can go back and take a look at that. And yeah, y'all have been asking me, how do they taste? Are they any good? Well, we're going to find out. And I might even mix that in with the bachelor chow. And then I'm going to pop in Millennium from 1989 and find out if it is any good at all. So, all right, let's start with this. Ooh, well, still popped, and you know it's fresh. It smells a little funky. There goes nothing. Now, when I made these, I had never pickled anything ever before. But I followed the instructions. Dashel, no, not on the kitchen table. Don't belong on the kitchen table. All right. Dashel, I said not on the kitchen table, you stubborn thing. Stop it. Go play with your toy. They all want me to take a bite of this. All right? You're toying with them. Stop it. Stop it. All right, let's just do it. Hey, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not terrible. The texture's a little off-putting, but the spice itself, it's just like the brine. It's a little, you know, spicy, a little vinegary. But hey, this is, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull one of these little roaster onions out, and some of the jalapenos, and one more egg. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to dice it up and put it into the bachelor chow and see if it's usable in that way. Yeah. All right. A little more. Let's throw in a little more of the. There he is again. Dashel, not on the kitchen table. He's still less than a year old, guys. He's still learning. Ow. All right, let's just cut to it. All right, here we go. Now, if you're wondering what the bachelor chow is made of, it's mostly millet grits mixed with navy and pink beans that have been slow cooked for a long period of time. And now they've got pickled eggs, diced pickled eggs mixed in with them. Oh yeah, and you saw me put all the turkey hot dogs in there as well. All right, let's dish it up. It's what's for dinner. All right, I'm gonna try to get a piece of the pickled egg and pickled onion. Oh yeah, there's some olives in here too. I love olives. All of this together. All right, let's give it a try. Should not have put that pickled onion in there. Yeah, I think I should just find a better use for it. Maybe cook it up, saute it, something like that. We'll figure something out. All right, now let's go ahead and put in Millennium. Now, when you open up the package on the inside, it looks even more 80s PG-13, if you know what I'm talking about. Well, there is no long intro at all. It goes right to the menu screen. All right, let's hit that play button. Dash will get out of the way. Let me hit the play button. It wasted no time at all getting to the explosions. We're like 5 minutes in right now. The whole screen is explosions. Okay. Wow, man, this puts Michael Bay to shame. I had a feeling I'm going to like this movie. Well, it's been, I think, an hour and 20 minutes now, and there's the end. I have now seen the whole movie, all of this one, and what are my thoughts? Was it what I was expecting? Well, I'm going to say this was indeed a hidden gem, and it was really good, but it was not what I was expecting. All of those explosions you saw right at the beginning, that really only happened there at the beginning. And then there was a big finale at the end with a lot more explosions. But throughout the middle, there was a lot of talking and character development and story that kept you watching and wondering what was going to happen next. It was memorable, but not memorable in the ways that I thought it was going to be. And yeah, it did cut between the far future and their past, the 1980s, and then a little bit of the 1960s. It was time paradox stories. Time travel stories are hard to do and keep interesting in movies, but these guys pulled it off. And I am kind of surprised I don't hear more people talking about this one, that it didn't become like a cult classic. It really feels like it should have. So, yeah, I'm going to say totally recommend. And if you can find it, seek it out. Maybe it's somewhere available on streaming. Give it a watch. And even if you don't have year-old pickled eggs digesting in your stomach, it will still be a fun time. All right, that's going to be it. Nestor, what do you say? You done playing on the kitchen table? That's going to be it for this one, guys. Don't forget to give me the good old thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will talk to you down in the comments. And as always, look forward to seeing you in the next one.